Every dick on the block is mine. Every dick on the block is mine. Every dick block. Every dick block.
All right, Kev, you locked in?
Block 6, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me get my dick hard. All right. You want to do an intro?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me good, though?
Yeah, but I don't want to do a lot of flicking around. You hear this? I don't want to do a lot of that tonight. I'm not touching this again for the rest of the night. Look at me.
Okay.
All right. Well, don't look at my bullet points. I see you looking.
I was looking at something
I
else.
saw you looking at my meat or my bullet
No,
points.
it was this.
My gully?
I was just seeing.
I'm down. I'm one.
I know you're in a compromised position right now.
All right. Well, I don't want that to be on the camera.
All right, so
I'm hiding it. So listen,
we'll-
hold on. No, this is all getting put in the episode.
okay.
All right, ready? Mm-hmm. All right, welcome to Cut for Sound. My name's Alec,
And my name's Gage.
and we suck each other's dicks.
That's fucking
Nah,
crazy.
but Alec though he just gets sucked.
That's crazy.
He doesn't do no sucking. Anyway, all right. Well, that's a good way. We'll rip a bullet point way ahead of where we're not even in bullet points yet. We're gonna rip this off. No, make them wait. Make them wait. Make them wait. Y'all can just wonder who Alec is for a little while. Let's talk about. It's been a little while since we had an episode.
Yeah.
I'd like to just make a clarifying statement about the reason for that. The last guest we had on ruined it for everyone. I'm not going to say any names because no one knows really who the last guest was. Yeah.
Watch the list.
Bro, it was so bad. It was such a bad episode. It made my energy just feel disenchanted about this. I feel like, you know what it is? I feel like bubble gum that got chewed up for all the flavor and then spit out immediately after.
Right.
Like we got used. Have you ever been used?
I've been used, yeah. Plenty of time.
We had this guy who would come in here and he would visit every fucking day and hound us to be on the episode. Let me be on your podcast. And I thought, well, you know what? He's been around a lot. He's a nice enough guy. Sure, why not?
Yeah. I
haven't seen him since.
No, I haven't seen him since. I have similar feelings to you. I think it's, coming out like that is pretty hard. But
Make a clip. We're gonna clip that.
I wish it went a little different. It was the me show.
I think what we need to do is, and it's nothing against him personally, great guy. We need to pick guests that make sense for our brand and our show. And so for our viewers out there, I apologize for bringing something. We brought something to you that maybe wasn't jiving with our menu. You know what I mean? Like we served pizza at a fucking pasta joint.
We'll never sell out like that again.
Yeah. And it wasn't a sellout.
It was a sellout.
You thought it was a sellout?
I think we sold ourselves.
No, literally what I did was I said, let's do this so he stops coming here. I don't give a fuck if that's a hot take, bro. He's a nice guy. He was hounding us for that fucking episode.
He'll be around when it's warm out. Unless he hears this.
No offense, nothing personal. You got what you wanted and you stopped hanging out.
Yeah.
Because here's the other thing. A lot of people see us having some motion and they want to ride the wave with us, but they didn't help make the wave. They didn't help make the raft. They didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
The raft.
The raft. That raft was on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a true thing. So if you're not really putting in any work with the team, don't come asking for a fucking free hand up. A hand up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We're done doing that.
Yeah.
So that was not a bullet point.
Okay.
But that was pretty much my intro. You want to touch on that anymore?
No.
No.
It's in the past.
All right. First bullet point, and this is an important one. Can I rip?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're going dry. We're doing a dry episode.
Yeah.
I got no coffee.
I think we need to handle that, honestly. I don't want to go a whole episode with no
Yeah.
I feel naked a little bit.
Naked, empty. I like feeling full and naked.
Yeah.
I want to be filled up. With coffee.
With Folgers.
Not
Folgers in your
Folgers
gut?
is dog shit.
Folgers is kind of chat.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going dry. We're off coffee for the next 30 minutes. I wanted to talk about world events.
Please.
Right? So the big one, this is the big one.
All right. There's a lot of big ones.
This is the big one.
Okay.
It's the one you're thinking about.
The aliens?
Nope.
The UFOs?
Nope.
Well, then it's...
The big one.
Yeah.
World events.
Yeah. Trump?
Nope.
I don't know.
You know. Look at me. You know.
Don't know. What is it?
But there's only one big one.
It's got to be the fires?
Nope.
Okay, got it.
I knew you were going to say fires too.
That's crazy.
No, that was, listen, like, can we, before I expose what the biggest one is, the LA fires, can we talk about that? Because there's videos of dudes just free starting fires.
Yeah.
And some other dude walking up with like a hydro flask and put like, what are you doing, bro?
I saw that.
You seen that?
I think that's probably fake.
That's not fake. They got helicopters dropping fire with
Let
these.
me ask you something.
Yeah.
The video you sent me, that exact video you're talking about.
The what daddy wants, daddy
I have
gets
not
one?
done any research into this area of the hydro flask dumping waters on the fire starters.
Yeah.
I totally would do the same thing, or punch the dude or something.
Right.
But the dude's got his back turned. You're telling me these guys just walk up on him like, oh, wait, he's about to start a fire. Pull your phone out real quick. I'm going to go dump water on it.
He might have been starting fires. Maybe they've been seeing him start fires.
And they just follow this dude around.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. But what's interesting is if you look at the map of where the fires were and at what time each of them started, there's no way they're just a wildfire spreading.
I just saw something, and I think you sent it to me about the Olympics.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So you got the Super Bowl, the World Cup, and the Olympics all coming to LA. They need a spot to build that shit. They do construction for years before they have the Olympics somewhere. They need to clear that shit out. And LA is the next big smart city. You don't think that this is a controlled fucking clearing so that they can buy all the properties up now and then build on them?
That's fucked up.
That's what's going to happen. I did send that
I'm
to you.
interested in seeing.
Yeah. No, the fires is legit.
I'm interested in seeing Gary Newsom's or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
His martial law to get around the red tape and stuff like that. But what do you do? Like, what are you going to do?
This is just like the flood.
Rebuild their home for them?
So when they had the hurricane that hit and it went up in the mountains like North Carolina or whatever the fuck it was.
That was for that mineral.
The lithium deposits. Yeah. But this is like, look, if you're thinking I'm crazy for saying that there's technology out there that's been admitted to, it's openly admitted to, the ability to control weather in multiple different ways. Geoengineering is real. It's out there.
That's
and you got to be kidding me if you think that they wouldn't do some shit like that. And when I say they, it's the people who have financial gains at risk.
It's not necessarily strictly the government.
No, but the government isn't the top of the pyramid.
Right. That's
the
what I'm
people
saying.
with the money, the corporations, the international.
The government is the ones that fall in line to this
they make
global,
a backdoor deal.
Idea that they have. This global like.
Think about this for a second, Kevin. What if I'm like, listen, I wanna start a business, and I want to do it out of your yard at your house. And basically what I'm going to be doing is completely unethical, but we'll tell everybody it's not. And I'll give you some money. All I need you to do is give me a legal document that allows me to function out of your house, out of your backyard. And you're like a politician now. You'd be like, all right, and I'm not at risk. I'll just make this law legal that you can do that. Okay, cool. You're responsible for everything that happens. I'm allowing you to use my land, right? It's a lot of that. It's like the government is just passing a law that lets a corporation function.
Right.
And the corporation's like, look, we're going to do this. We want your vote. We want you to pass this fucking bill.
We'll show them the video of you fucking that little boy.
That little boy from the back.
On Epstein's Island.
So common too. And they're doing... And that's the other thing. They get these people in compromised positions before they can be... Like, you can't be powerful.
When you look at the numbers on like human trafficking and stuff. Human trafficking.
Yeah.
It's like one of the biggest.
Oh, it's outstanding.
And what I don't understand is, okay, that's not fine, but okay, that's a big business, even though, you know, it's illegal and stuff and just fucking horrible. How come you don't ever hear about big things like getting taken down with that? Like
because
a big raid, or they find a 100 people in a fucking warehouse or something.
If they find somebody, if they catch someone, like look, right now we know about Epstein and the diddler.
The diddler, yeah.
We still didn't hear nothing about Ghislaine Maxwell's fucking case, right? No names are exposed.
Ghislaine.
Think about this. Why are no names coming out? Because it's not in the public's best interest for that to be public information.
That's fucked up.
The reason is those people, listen, like you can get immunity from the president or high people ranking in the government that'll just like cover everybody's ass. They'll just give you a pass. Banks have been bailed out. Fucking presidential pardons have been given. Too many people connected to too many things are fucking at risk here. You know what I'm saying? Like there's too many things that could happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
like I could
thing.
take this dragon tooth right here.
Let's talk about the story of that
Valdyri's
sword.
dragon tooth.
Yeah.
And I could whip it right at Alex's fucking neck. And he wouldn't even know. He'd just be dead.
Here you go.
That's that quick. Nobody there to save him.
Yeah. Just choking on his own goo.
That's it. The story of this sword, you want to go over?
Real quick. The name of the shop that we own, everyone knows, is Killing Sword.
Killing Sword.
And there's actually 2 killing swords.
There's the one that kills and the one that brings life.
And you can guess which one mine is and which one's Kev's is. We're not going to tell you.
Yeah. But mine's white and his is black. All black. Now, the story of this sword, it's actually all right on here. This is a custom-made sword made out of a before ban elephant ivory tusk.
He acquired those materials from a journey he went on.
Yeah. And it's also on my ring, the story. We can't show you right now, but...
We can clip a picture in right there.
Yeah.
Kev.
And this is the story.
Look at me. I just showed them shit. A picture of shit.
The turtle dove?
Mm-hmm.
He don't even know.
He don't know.
He's
He
never
don't
watched
watch.
an episode.
You know, watch. Alex R. Jamie.
That's almost, yeah, Alex, I knew Jamie.
Yeah.
That's almost in every episode, I'd have to say.
There's a lot of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it.
This is Valdori Storm Dragon. The blade of Valdori. It's actually the tooth of Valdori the Storm Dragon.
The handle.
Yeah, yeah. And then that's a claw. And you acquire this by slaying everyone you have ever went against.
Including imposters who appear as guests on our last episode.
That's great. Yeah. Yeah, tell them the story of, you know who I really want to get on here, please? Platinum.
I was going to
Because
say.
I was talking to him the other day when we were at the fucking gym.
Yeah.
Me, him, and Tom. And it was literally just an hour long of just fucked up stories that we've been through.
Why don't we call, when we have him on, we'll call that episode Story Time with Uncle Platt.
Yeah. All right.
Coming soon.
coming soon. But I do want to ask you, what the fuck was your bullet point? What was the one world event?
You know.
I don't know.
You know.
You got me.
What's the timer saying?
We're good.
I like to check in. Yeah. All right. So the one bullet point, the one big world event that everybody's talking about, everybody wants to know about, is these fucking invasive species, the gnomes. The gnomes.
Not the gnomes.
Listen, the gnomes.
My gnomes? My gnome
You
infestation?
got the gnomes,
Yeah, I
but
did.
everyone's got them. Now, the thing is, everybody thinks that they just misplaced their this or their that, and they can't find it. And maybe so-and-so move my thing?
Yeah.
We couldn't find a wire to set things up tonight.
And I had just seen it.
It's an
the
epidemic.
gnomes got that.
It's an epidemic. We got gnomes taking things and running off, scurrying off with them.
Yeah. So I've had a serious gnome issue this past,
let's talk
probably,
about
I'd
it.
say this past 2-3 weeks. I go through my same routine. I've lost my wallet. Well, the gnomes stole my wallet, and my keys on a lanyard. One of the checks that we had to write to the landlord,
The lot lip.
that was in my possession. The gnomes got that. Brian's key, which we ended up finding. Sometimes they take shit. It's like when you lose the batteries of your remote or something. Like, who took the gnomes took the batteries
The
out of the
gnomes, your
remote.
sock, your one sock that you can't find.
Yeah.
Underwear, fucking.
So if anybody knows of what's it called when I don't want to exterminate the gnomes,
No.
but you want relocate.
Yeah.
I would like to gather up.
internment camps.
Yeah.
We'll put them to work.
Yeah. Have a fucking
Well, you know what? There is one way to combat the gnomes. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm not a religious guy. I don't pray that way or whatever. But St. Anthony is the only way to get the gnomes to cooperate. His name and his little prayer
Rings bells.
It strikes fear into the hearts of gnomes
everywhere.
across the world. And that's why if you saw the Pope was opening portals up, he opened up 3 different locations, all of which were monuments with St. Anthony there
Really?
for the gnomes.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, well, it's fucked up for them because he's about to slay their shit.
Wasn't he really doing that? Not with the gnomes.
He did. He
but
opened portals up.
Didn't he?
Yeah,
Fucking
portals
go.
to hell.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. He looked scared when he opened that one.
That's
Did you
in-
see his little old face? He only does. His giblets show. He went,
He's probably in fucking Kazakhstan or whatever the fuck it is. Remember
With-
that place
with
I
Borat?
showed you on YouTube? Remember that place I showed you?
Borat.
Yeah.
Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the real one
Yeah.
with all them like
Yeah.
like the pyramid and the fucking all them like
Her sleeve hang like vagina.
no. You will never get this.
Her vagina hang like sleeve of wizard.
That's wild.
Yeah. So, all right. So that's world events. We kind of covered all the conspiracy shit.
Well, we didn't go over the UFOs at all.
Oh, well, okay. Wait a minute. Because I have drones written down. You want to call them UFOs? You can.
Well, do you know what it is?
They're UAPs.
No. So
Okay. You know what it is?
no.
Oh.
But there's 2 things that it is. There's 2 things happening simultaneously.
You think one's a cover up, like a shield?
I don't know, but
cloak.
there's drones that everybody knows. It's the video of it's the same thing. You can tell. Kind of looks like a little airplane, but they can hover and shit. And then there's orb like
yeah, I've seen some pictures of those.
things that
Yeah.
are happening at the same time. I don't know if they are related or connected or whatever. But the drones, the hottest take, supposedly, is they're looking for a nuke or parts of a nuke
like missing
that are like
a missing warhead or something.
the way I understand it is Iran or somewhere sent over a nuke in pieces to be reassembled here.
Did you see the CIA lady on Sean Ryan?
I didn't see that. I saw like a clip.
She was saying they've been tracking. There's active groups, terrorist groups here now, plotting and planning a big event.
So why track them until they do it? Or do they track them?
They need to know their plan to foil it.
And then they try to intercept like right before it happens.
Yeah, they want to catch all of them and trace it back and shit.
Oh, okay.
But that's like a controlled release of information that I don't know that I want to believe. Like I don't.
It's hard for me
feel
not to, I want to trust Sean Ryan,
dude. He's a likable guy, but that's the game, right? I don't trust when you got an.
You don't trust anything.
No, I don't. I'm very skeptical because I'm smarter than your lie. So I'll look through it, sift through it, and not trust it until I got a reason to. But when you got a guy who's ex-paramilitary, CIA paramilitary, who did special forces at the highest level, now he's got a podcast. You're a fucking career, lifetime, like super top secret, upper echelon classified fucking clearance guy who does paramilitary operations internationally. And you just want to be on YouTube? No, that's a vehicle for them to release information to let you hear it and believe it. And now they're controlling what you think.
Possibly.
100%. It's a shill ass fucking like setup.
So is nothing genuine?
When they talked about, wait a minute,
like Joe Rogan, he's nothing. Like nothing is genuine.
No, I don't know. I don't trust anything I see. The world's a stage. But when you think about this for a second, you had the Cybertruck bombing and the New Orleans bombing, fireworks, well, all that, right? Cybertruck.
I don't even understand why that was such a big deal.
So the guy, some random fucking like TMZ reporter kind of guy, broke this story on Sean Ryan with all the information. And it felt so much like after 9/11 when they just so happened, oh, we found the passports in the rubble. Like, no, you fucking didn't. It just felt like you got all this information.
Right.
You just so happen to have all this information. It's just, to me, not believable, but everybody gobbles that shit up. Gobbles it up like cum at a bukkake.
I don't know if that guy was just some random TMZ guy. That's what I'm saying. He looked military to me, but he's not a status guy. He's a social media guy. He carried himself like a military guy. But he was saying he does something where like I don't know if it's contracting or something.
I don't trust any of it.
That sucks that everything's like that.
I don't believe nothing. I don't believe TikTok's getting banned. I think it's all just to get you all fucking confused and thinking about that instead of what some other things going on.
Well, I just saw you overheard the video of Trump. Someone asked him,
yeah, he's like,
are you going to ban? He's like, oh, well, it's dear and close to my heart.
Been very good to me.
Because he won by 34 points with the youth through social media outlets and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, who the fuck knows?
I too many times have believed stuff and then it's been nothing. Too many.
You know what's crazy? When we first got clean, right?
Yeah.
I was so gung-ho about going fully into the rabbit hole about the UFOs. You remember that?
I do. You were obsessed.
I was fucking obsessed, and I went in and it's almost like there's so many fucking holes now.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. So
I don't have the time. I mean, I have a family now too, so it's like, but. I'm tired of being like let down or not getting the answer. It's just you go down one, leads to the next, leads to the next, but you never get to the bottom of the rabbit hole.
Let me say one thing.
And come out with your fucking prize.
Listen, you know what COINTELPRO is? All right. Let's just say you know a deep dark secret that my company has.
Yeah.
And you're talking about it. And people are starting to believe you. So what I do is I then hire somebody not connected to me to go on your team and talk about and agree with you and be loud as you and then have some new information that's absolutely dog shit absurd. Now, everyone that hears me talking about the same shit as you is going to be like, oh, he's on that side. And then when they say the crazy shit, they're like, oh, that's all fucking nuts. all of it's nuts. And they throw it out.
Or they debunk that one thing, so now everything attached to it is a lie.
Exactly.
Right.
So the government might know that you're on to something with these UAPs, UFOs. The public's starting to hear about it, see about it, release videos. So what do? They one-up you with shit that's almost not believable. News stories, confusion. They just put so much information out that nobody knows what to believe. So the truth gets harder to find.
That happens.
You know, and I'm not saying the government. Okay, it could be anybody. But whoever knows is doing it.
Right.
Because knowledge is power.
Yeah.
You know?
Just like Ripple. Ripple hit over $1.
That's the other. So crypto is on my list.
Is it?
Yeah.
Was that the next one?
There's never a real order here.
Yeah.
You know? But do you have a fat fucking wallet? You got a big crypto wallet?
It's okay.
I don't play with any of it. I really should.
Yeah. We should link up with Rob and try to get on that train with him.
Mm-hmm.
If it turns into nothing, turns into nothing.
But if it turns into something.
Turns into something. Something bad. Something bad.
I do want to say, it's been too long into the episode without me addressing the elephant's dick in the room.
Okay, what's that?
We got a guy we hired.
Yeah.
Who turns out to be a fucking perfect addition to the team. He's been doing all our social media, all our videos, editing shit. He's a bright young lad. His name's Alec. I got high hopes for his future.
Yeah.
And I want everyone out there, the viewers, and in the comments, to welcome him to the team. What should we have them say in the comments?
As like a
welcome. Let's make them say, hey, we want your cum. How about they say that?
Oh my God.
We want your cum in the comments.
You like that one?
He likes it. Look at him. We want your cum. And I don't care, you know, if you really don't want it or, you know, if you're...
That's just saying, hey, welcome to the...
We want your cum. And I
family.
think from now on when Alec gets to work, we should say that.
I'm not saying that.
Why not? Can you say it one time? We got to lead by example.
You say it to him and then I'll
It's
say
we.
it.
It's not I. We want your cum.
Say it to him.
Alec, we want your cum.
Don't look at me. I ain't saying that.
You're saying it.
I can't say that.
I can't know how to do more podcasting.
Look at him. He's got his ears stretched out.
I can't know how to do this.
Alec, we want your cum. There we go.
You could be more passionate than that.
I'm not getting into it.
Why? You're being shy
Alec, we want your cum.
Yeah.
Your creamy
we want your cream.
Like creamed corn.
Come over here and just say hi to everyone.
Yeah, come back here.
Yeah, put it around the back and just crouch down for 2 seconds and wave to everyone. I think we got like 50 monthly listeners or something. They all want you to come. Say hi.
On, crew.
Nice.
Say I'm Alec.
My name's Alec, and these two really want my cum.
We do. We do. We want his cum. Now, Kev, make them say things.
Well, we got about... Yep.
Yeah.
We got a whole minute of you saying shit.
And then we'll cut to the next
You got
segment.
to get down a little bit.
Yeah,
Maybe on your knees.
Hop down there. Just crouch like a
little
2016 stance. Yeah. All right, Kev. Make him say a few things.
So, Alec.
Just repeat after Kev to get sworn in. Put your hand on the bullet points to get sworn in.
Put your hand on the bullet point.
Don't read them. Your left hand on the bullet points and your right hand up.
Say, I, Alec. Get in there really deep with that.
I, Alec.
Swear on this day.
Swear on this day.
To do everything and anything.
Everything and anything.
Daddy and daddy say.
That the dual daddy system want me to do.
All right.
It's not daddy and daddy. It's a dual daddy.
It's a dual daddy system.
Never one daddy as mentioned.
No. Dual daddy. And
Night him?
huh?
You want to night him?
Yeah.
How much minutes you got? Well, we got it on the wide angle. You're fine. Yeah. Just night this shit real quick. I'll take the bullets back.
Should I stand up?
You can look forward.
Just talk loud enough that this picks it up, Kev. You're doing it for real. All right, good job, buddy. Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Everybody clap for Alec. Thanks, buddy. We'll put one of them sound effects in the clapping. We're back from the break.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, oh my God. Wow. It's okay. I'll
One
allow it.
last hurrah, huh?
Yeah. All right. So everyone just heard Alec leaving. We did our intro. We kicked him the fuck out.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's gone now.
We knighted him and then kicked him out.
We did. And now that everyone got to meet the man behind the camera, right? I got a new, we're starting a new segment.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to do it every single fucking week.
Okay.
Yeah?
What is it? Is it the one we talked about?
It's gambling with Wex.
Yeah.
Wex's picks.
Wex's picks.
Now,
He covers parlays, spreads.
Baccarat, he'll tell you how to play
He'll
tonight.
tell you how to play Baccarat, whether it's
Pie
banker
gal.
heavy, player heavy, or tie.
He'll make a call. You follow his lead, you'll win money.
Blackjack,
He's got football picks.
roulette,
Yeah, all of it.
basketball.
Parlays. His parlay game is off the hook.
Yeah. He's really taking it to the next level. And when you have a 75% win ratio,
Yeah.
and you got over 100, under your belt,
Yeah.
you can't beat that.
So for tonight, what we're gonna do, we're gonna splice in. We're gonna put the footage in of him giving his picks.
Yeah.
And we may be able to get him on live to do it, but we may have to have him.
Yeah, he does live out back.
Yeah, so we might have to have him just spliced in a clip where we cut to Wex's picks or whatever we're gonna call it. We'll see
Cut
what
the sound.
what he wants to call the segment, like gambling with Wex's picks, whatever.
Yeah.
Lock in with Wex, whatever. But that's coming. So tonight he did say tell me to let everybody know though.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he said tell them all.
Because we were talking about
Yeah,
it.
he said go with 17 on roulette.
Always.
It's player heavy tonight.
I actually hit big yesterday.
Yeah, tell him.
All right. I had 25. I was on roulette on my phone, bet MGM. And I didn't have a tattoo, so I was just... Actually, I did have a tattoo. We were taking a break, and I was just chilling on lightning roulette. And me and Brian, or Brian and I's favorite number in roulette is 17 heavy.
Always.
17 heavy. And I put $25 on 17. It hit the lightning.
Oh,
It was a lightning number
you gotta love him,
times
man.
100. And I spoke that shit into existence.
Yeah,
And it fucking hit.
yeah.
It hit, and it hit big. $2,500 it hit.
Which was cool because I was tattooing. And I sent you a story about a guy who does this. He's over animated to tell a story for no reason. I don't think you watched it.
I did watch
Did you watch
that.
it?
The dude, like,
He's like, so I'm over here. Out this eye, I see Kev's over there gambling. And I know that if he's gambling, he's probably playing roulette. And if he's playing roulette, he's probably playing 17. And if he's 17, that's my number too. So if he wins, I win.
yeah.
And I'm thinking all that while I'm tattooing. And I'm looking at you with one eye. And I'm looking at my reference with this eye. And I'm tattooing with this eye. So I'm back and forth with one eye.
So you got 25% focus on the tattoo.
Yeah. But I'll do that shit. No problem.
No, I know, but you got half an eye on a tattoo and the other eye fully on,
Fully just watching what's going
like
on
a fucking chameleon.
with Kev's endeavors. Yeah. I'm watching the gambling and I'm getting an itch. I start to get the itch right here on my fingers where the chips would be if I was holding them.
Right.
That's where they itch. So I'm sitting there holding the machine, which is not that different when I'm wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Like it's almost could be
It's like a
chips.
stack of chips.
It's like a stack of chips.
Yeah. All purple.
All blueberries. So I'm sitting there, he's gambling, which means it's a dual daddy system. If he's gambling, I'm gambling too. And if he's in 17, I'm in 17. So all my manifestation energy is pouring out from me into Kev too. And I hear him go, Bri, I just got 100 times multiplier on the number 17. And I was like, it hit? He's like, nah, not yet.
Yeah.
But it just put the 100X on there.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting, listening to the sound effects. And then he comes, I hear him cheering. He gets up. He comes running all the way over, just like a friend would do. And he's giving me these ones in the shoulder. Like, you know, the thing you do when you hit? You don't, yo, I just hit 17. And at this moment, I don't know what the bet was. I just know whatever it was is times 100.
Right.
Then he tells me, sure as shit, he had $25 on it. And I said, oh.
And I was already winning.
I said, get the fuck off the app.
So I walked off with $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice.
Yeah. And you repurpose that shit too.
Yeah.
Can we talk about repurposing things? Can we tell that story?
Yeah. Please.
Without names.
Please. What are you drawing?
Without names. I'm just tracing these bolts in the back of my bullet holes.
Okay.
All right, so
yeah,
I'm gonna
definitely don't say names because if you say this person's
folks.
name, they will show up, and it's happened. Yeah,
and I literally had to have this person trespassed from the old shop I worked at because dude was lighting black and milds in the lobby, speaking nonsense about communicating with other beings and marrying their queen.
He's truly, we call him a wizard, right?
So wait, so this weekend was before he had the mental collapse, and I will say. That weekend, he demonstrated magician, wizard-like powers. Wizardry. I'm not going to lie. So, the year's 2016.
I have the lanyard still.
Yeah. And we can clip a picture of that in. So, Kevin and I, at this point in time, he's still Kevbo, but I'm, for the sake of the story, going with Kevin and I. We, with a couple other artists, are working a very rare, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We get invited to tattoo in a row of tattoo booths at a convention that was not a tattoo convention. So they called it Tattoo Alley. Yeah. And it's basically just maybe 10 booths of different artists. Yeah. And it's a porn convention. It's called EXXXotica.
EXXXotica in Edison, New Jersey.
Yeah, and it happens every year, but tattooing does not happen there every year. So this year we go. We'd never been to it before. We just knew there's some overlap with the crowds. We might get some tattoos, but also like, why wouldn't we do that? Right. You know, at that time, we both
because at that point we're not just spectators, right? We don't just get the spectator treatment. Right. We're part of a porn convention.
We basically were porn stars for the weekend. Right. Like people saw our lanyards and thought, oh, that's talent. That's the talent. Right. They didn't know that we were tattooers.
Everybody was asking us to make movies with them and stuff.
That part was crazy. Yeah. Said no a lot that weekend. Yeah. Anyhow, we bring up clients. So actually...
We bring clients with us who are our friends.
People we know, people that are... So I, at the time, had drawn up a few of my particular... Well, I would say they were actresses that I was aware of. Just that I knew who they were. Actresses. And I had drawn up pictures, line drawings even, ready to be tattooed of these women. I put wings on some... in provocative positions.
Ball gags, everything.
Yes. So I had them, and I had someone who on Instagram hit me up and was like, yo, I want that Veronica Rodriguez tattoo on my inner thigh.
And she's there.
And she's working the show. So it was kind of crazy off the rip, right? So we picked this dude up, and we stop at Wawa right away. And we're getting gas, and we go inside. Everyone's got to pee and shit. And first thing he does is tell us I'm microdosing as soon as we get in the car. So he's been like...
No, hold on. Yeah. Brian has me go pick him up. In Walden. I did. I'm pretty sure there was snow on the fucking ground.
Yeah. No, it was November.
Was it?
Yeah.
So he has me pick this guy up who I've met maybe once. Mm. And he's just a guy that you're just on edge around because he's cool, but... he's a loose cannon and he can fight.
He's known to have hands.
Right.
He's known
and he
to
can
have
fight. So like if he loses himself or his shit.
because he's on the edge mentally. Like,
Yeah, and I don't think he has loyalty to anybody.
no, he'll run anyone's fade.
That's what I'm
But also,
saying.
I've like seen him run 4 people's fade at once and
Yeah.
really put work in. Like,
Yeah.
like, and if you hit him good, it doesn't phase him. Like you
Right.
can. So he's a beast.
So I go and pick him up before I pick anybody else up.
Yeah, that ride had to be crazy.
So
dude.
I pick him up.
Yeah.
He's got me waiting out front of his wherever we were. I don't think it was his house.
At the time, he was a commercial fisherman, so
Yeah.
he was getting to the money. He's a worker.
So I'm waiting for him outside of a building. Might have been
Yeah.
his house or something. Takes forever. Finally comes out. And then he has me run somewhere. Take him somewhere to meet somebody. I don't know if it was a drug transaction, which I'm not afraid of that, but I just didn't know at the time. So he like bullies me into going to do this.
I didn't know this part.
And then he takes forever doing that. And then I finally get him back in the car and we go to get you guys.
yeah.
And now this is what you guys are aware of.
So we go. He lets us know that he's microdosing, and he's been microdosing for a couple of days, right? And that's not surprising. It's kind of typical. Like a lot of commercial fishermen, they make a lot of money,
Yeah.
then they come home and they party, and it's not crazy. And he wasn't acting crazy at the time. It was
No.
like subtle things that were like, that's a little off, but not like crazy, right?
Yeah.
So we all go into Wawa and we pee and stuff.
At a
And-
rest stop.
And then he comes back out and he's like bragging about this, like it was like a hydro flask, like this like metal water canteen. And he's like, this is super good. Like the water tastes better out of it, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, here guys, he's like, try it. So he makes everybody in the car. I don't think Kev did it.
I didn't drink it because I don't drink.
He don't
over
drink. Yeah.
people.
So Kev don't share drinks. So, but he made everybody else have a sip. Like he wouldn't kind of leave it alone.
He forced everybody.
Yeah, he's like,
to-
try it. You got to try. So good. So he wanted everybody to try it. So we did. And then later in the day, and there's more in between this, but later in the day, he put a story on Instagram or a post up, and it was
This
just
is
a picture of him in the bathroom at the urinal, and he's like emptying the piss out of the water jug and repurposing, like he was like putting water in it, and he wrote reuse, repurpose. As
No,
in the
he wrote
caption.
repurpose, and then he wrote a hashtag repurpose, hashtag pisser.
Yeah. Yeah. So he like must have like it been in a situation where he had to pee in it and emptied it out and then and like cleaned it, I guess, or whatever, and then peed in it and then put water in it and drinks out of it. But he made all of us drink out of it. So forget it.
Thank God I
Yeah.
didn't drink out of that.
So everybody else like, what the fuck? Like, no way. Did he like it? We kind of didn't know if we should believe that was true or not. And later on, we realized that definitely was true.
Another thing, real quick, before we get any further, while we're in the car on the way up there,
Yeah.
I'm driving.
Mm-hmm.
It's you and
I'm shotgun.
yeah, and it's
Was it Drew in the back?
it's Drew
and this guy.
and yeah, and D in the back.
Yeah.
And Drew said this kid kept telling us about this website and this marketing
Yeah.
agency he started.
Know it, you love.
Yeah, Know It You Love. And he's like, it's called Know It You Love.
It's
And we're
evolution
like,
backwards.
We're like, where'd you get that? He's like, it's evolution backwards. We're like, okay. Like, so he made an Instagram for this thing. So then Drew said he looked over and he would see the guy post something on his Know It You Love and then switch to his personal Instagram, like and comment on it, and then switch back and answer the comment. He would answer his own comments and shit like that. And Drew's just like, this dude's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
We all know the guy. Like
Yeah.
me, Brian, and Drew all know the guy. And we're all just like, what the fuck? So then we get there.
So yeah, so like there were signs, but we didn't until we all compared notes. Like after that day, we didn't realize what was going on. So we get there, and it's the first day of the show, and we pull up out front, and there's like security there, right there, and we have to be like, oh, we're vendors, we're tattooing here. So we didn't have our passes yet, but they're like, okay, you go in and get your passes, come back and show us. So we're unloading all our equipment, which makes it believable, that we're vendors there. But the guy gave us a tough time, and then I ended up. Like we lost him. We couldn't find the guy we brought. He's somewhere at this point. So we unload all our shit, go in, get our bands and our lanyards, and I come back out. And at the time I smoked cigarettes. So I was going out for a cigarette. I'm coming back in.
This is like immediately, like within our first hour.
We didn't even it's the show's not even open yet. We're setting up still. So I'm coming back in. And let me just preface with this. Dude was dressed like hella majestic. He had like a full white silk suit on, like
linen,
like he had like white linen shirt, like real drapey and flowy, like crazy flowy pants.
He had a fucking fedora.
He had a crazy like cowboy, like Indiana Jones kind of hat and sunglasses, and he had like flip flops. He was not wearing shoes, and it was November, right? So dude's like not walking, like he's just floating because he's microdosing too, right? So anyway, can't find him. I have my cigarette. I'm going back in. This big bouncer, this like bald dude, brolic as hell. You know, he's working a porn convention. There's strippers inside. There's all kinds of freaks and crazy shit going on.
Stars.
Right. So he's not just letting anyone in. So I got my band on, but didn't have my lanyard on because at tattoo conventions, you can get that off. You don't need the lanyard. So I'm like, nah, I'm working the show. He's like, nah, dude, you can't. No, like you need all this. I'm like, bro, like you just saw me. I just came in. Like he's like, give me shit. And here comes this dude out the parking lot that we lost, and he's got a girl in each arm. He's got his arms over each girl's shoulder.
Yeah,
he walks. He didn't come in with us to get his pass, which we would have gave him if he came in.
He didn't have a pass.
He never had a pass. So he's walking up, and he's just head nods to the bouncer. He's like, "What's up, dude?" And the guy's like, "What's up, bro?" He's like, "These two girls are with me." And the guy's like, "All right, no problem." Opens the door and lets him through. The guy eventually lets me through after that. And I'm like, what the fuck?
What just happened?
Like, that dude doesn't have anything. You gave me a tough time.
Yeah.
I got the fucking band on, and I'm a vendor here, and you just checked me in.
Yeah.
This dude you haven't even seen his face yet.
Yeah.
He disappeared immediately when we got here and just summoned out of the ground two girls that he walked up with. Like, there's not even at this time like patrons of the venue yet.
Right.
Like the show's not open. He found two girls randomly.
Yeah.
And
the dude was a magician.
He had like these superpowers this weekend. Like I've
never seen anything like that in my life to date.
He had like control over everybody. Like it was so crazy. He piss jugged us, which might have been the sacrifice that gave him his dark evil for the weekend. Like, I don't know.
Oh my God. This is just so far. We're only like an hour into being there. He made me wait. Then he made me go to this random house and do something, probably where he got his shrooms or something.
Yeah.
Then he repurposed piss jugs and made you guys drink them. And then he gets into the show with two girls, and he don't have no band or nothing.
So wait, dude, it does get crazier than that.
Oh my God, I know.
So this story gets so epic because this dude had powers. Like, he had superpowers. So
this is insane. All
right, so we go in. Now, I'm tattooing Veronica Rodriguez on his leg, which is at the time a very famous porn star. Mm-hmm. She's at the show with her whole production company. She's like a multimillionaire, right? Big time star. She's like at the AVN Awards, getting awards, right? So he's with me getting tattooed, and he's getting her tattooed on him. And he does some Jedi mind trick. He had these like pot brownies in his hat.
Dude, remember he pulled... Yeah,
and we didn't know it. So he took his hat off and like made these people take his pot
People
brownies.
that like walked up to the booth. He's laying down with his head towards the table, like the end of the booth. And he stretches it out. He's like, "You guys want some?" But they commented something. He's like, "Oh, mushrooms or something got brought up." And they're like, "Oh, that'd be awesome." And he's just like, "You want some?" And
he pulled his fucking hat
full of fucking mushrooms.
Like brownies and all kinds of shit. And so he ended up, he's like, made them take it. Then he went on a smoke break. He went to the psychic girl at her booth.
Yeah.
And he got this reading, and he like connected souls with her.
All for free.
All for free, which she was charging like $180 or something per reading. He got one off the strength. And he came back, and she told him something. She told him something.
Yeah.
Like that he was going to have a good night or something.
Yeah.
So as sure as shit, it came true.
The crazy part is he probably made her tell him something.
He did.
That's the crazy part.
He did. And so anyway, that night we finished the tattoo, And the girl is headlining at some local strip club after the show that he got
she's
tattooed
like
on.
hosting it.
Yeah,
or
she's
something.
hosting it, right? Her and her girls, whatever. So he says to me, I'm not riding home with you guys. I'm going over there to see
We're
her.
fucking 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
No, we're like near New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're like, what? He's like, nah, I'm going to go find her. I was like, yeah, sure you are. Like, good luck. There's probably a dress code, bro. You even got shoes on and a hat. They're not letting you in. Like, whatever. So we kind of just doubted him. So
but we're also grateful.
So that, at the same time, we're relieved.
Yeah.
So that night, he sends me a picture. And it's just his leg with the tattoo on his inner thigh, a bunch of $100 bills, like a few bands on his lap, spread out, fanned out. And the girl ducked down with her face next to the tattoo, smiling at the camera, and him taking a picture. He took a picture. And somehow he's not in his white linens anymore. He's got like weed leaf board shorts on. I don't know where he got them. He was wearing them under it, maybe. Anyway, that's the picture he took, right? And sends it to me with no comments. And I'm just like, no fucking way.
Do you have that picture still?
Yeah, it's somewhere. I'll find it. I'll
put that in?
I'll pop that in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't even want to see who it is. But anyway, I'll pop that in. So he fucking sends me the picture. And I'm like, no fucking way, dude. I actually went and met her. I just thought that she saw him at the bar there at the strip club, took a cool picture. We didn't hear from bro again for like at all, right? For the rest of the weekend, we didn't see him or hear from him. I was worried about him a little bit.
This was wild.
So hold on. So I have halfway through the next day, Veronica Rodriguez come up to me. Where's your friend? Where's your friend? I want to see him.
Yeah.
I want to meet up. We're supposed to go out. So he had somehow finessed her into doing a date with her. Now, I'm just going to jump ahead for one more part.
Yeah.
Weeks later, closer to wintertime, I followed her because that picture, he posted it, tagged her. She shared it, tagged me and him. So she's got multi-million followers, like 2 to 3 million followers, and tagged me doing the tattoo in her Instagram. So I posted it or I shared it or whatever to my page because I want to like be attached to it. So I followed her on Instagram, and weeks later on her story,
this is crazy.
I see fucking. She's ice skating at Rockefeller Center, and she's holding hands with a man. You can't see who he is, but he's got these camo pants on, and I forget what color it was, but he had a very recognizable coat that you could see in the picture. She's holding hands. They're laughing, spinning around ice skating in New York City.
Yeah.
I go to his story, and it's not that, but it's him earlier in the day with the same fit on.
I know. He's a fucking magician.
Bro. So he's weeks later on a date with a famous porn star that he ghosted at the convention. She was like, I need to find him.
Yeah. She was on it.
She was on it. So
that is so.
And
wild.
later on, I caught up with him about it, and he's like, not interested
Wasn't
in her.
he like he went and got like a hotel with her and stuff like that?
Yeah, but he didn't like. She was like for hire with celebrities. Like she had like a date with T.I. or something. Like he did for money, and he didn't like that, so he stopped talking to her. But yeah, I mean, also I don't know that bro was thinking straight, but the man had magician like abilities, dude.
He was a metahuman. Yeah, he is a metahuman, but. Oh, with all that power comes great responsibility. And
it can cripple
you know,
men.
like in the movies when the evil person starts to get their power and they're growing their power and learn how to use it and shit like that. It starts to consume them.
He didn't get to learn how to use it healthy. Like he didn't get a Jedi's training.
It like starts to consume them.
Yeah.
And then it starts to, it's winning more than half the battle now. And then they always fucking deteriorate.
They crumble under the pressure.
And they fall victim to the power. And that, tell them the update.
Oh.
On the guy.
Yeah, so I did end up, so he years later, I'm talking like 9 years later.
This was in 2016.
Yeah, that was 2016. I'm saying like 2022, he popped back up out of the woodwork. And it's funny because I had said his name at the old shop, Rebel Image, and he just walked in that day.
Oh, before you say
I summoned
this,
him.
Before you say that. Yeah. So we were talking. I remember this as clear as day. I'm on the phone with you. I'm in the Villas going to Wawa.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pulling into Wawa. And we're talking about the whole like experience. This is maybe like a week later or something. And we're talking about just like we are now. Like, what the fuck happened? Because I felt like I witnessed a miracle.
Yeah,
that.
it was,
like something unnatural.
There was unexplainability that I can't now convey to the audience.
And I'm talking to you, and we're talking about it, and I park on caddy corner on one of like not the front, not the side, but right in the corner there. Mm-hmm. And I see dude just walk up. I remember saying, I'm like, oh my God, bro.
He's right in front of me.
He's right in front of my fucking car right now. I was like, it's like Candyman. You say this fucking dude's name. That's why we're not saying it. There's like a reason.
You can't say his name.
And that's because I believe it. I'm not going to say his fucking name.
He hears it.
He pulls up and I was like, bro, I'm staying in the fucking car. I'm not getting out of the car.
I was on the phone with Chris Dons. This is years ago, after all that, but he knew, like, and after I had to get him trespassed, I'm on the phone with Chris Dons. Chris Dons in Atlantic City. It's the morning time, and he's hitting McDonald's because he had a rough night, and you always get McDonald's on your way home and you lose all your money.
Yeah, always.
He's on the phone with me talking about said person. He gets to the drive-thru. He's like, bro, no fucking way.
And he don't know this about like
no, but he sent me a picture.
He can appear.
Send me a picture. I'll see if I can find. No, I can't put this picture in. But he sent me a picture. Dude standing at the menu sign, not in a car,
inside.
Outside at the drive-thru, barefoot, punching the sign. And he's like, dude, we just were talking about him. He's literally in Atlantic City right now in front of me. I'm like, no fucking way. Send me a picture.
I know. I believe it,
dude. And listen, another scenario. He came in. So he eventually I summoned him, right? I left off there. He came around. He wanted me to tattoo him again, wanted me to finish it, but then would say crazy things. And then he would like kind of scurry off and I wouldn't see him for a few weeks. And I would like just not think too much about it. I'm always nice to everybody, right? So I would just kind of make him feel comfortable. Yeah, pop back in. It's cool, right? Even though he's talking crazy, I would just pretend it's normal and answer him, which I found out it's not the right thing to do. But he left and he freaked out one of my clients. And Chris came to visit, Chris Dons, and he's like asking about what happened. And we're telling him, my client's telling him. And Chris goes, what is he, like on drugs? And I was like, I don't know, like, but I don't think so. I think it's more like mental stability, right? Which is sad and should be taken serious. So I was like, no, I don't think so. So at this point, I'm not making fun of him. I'm being nice. Like, because now we know that it's something else.
Right.
So Chris leaves. 15 minutes later, I look out the window and I see our friend, said person, walking up. He comes in the shop, aggressive, agitated, blasts the door open. You just hear the bell hit and the door smack hard as shit.
Yeah.
And he walks in and I just hear him go, he goes, you guys fucking talking about me? Hell yeah, I'm on drugs. Now, how the fuck did... Yes, he fucking did. Yes, he fucking did, dude. And I said, how did he know that? I was freaked out. My hair stood up. And I remember calming him down.
Yeah, you gotta put that fire out.
Calmed him down and I was like... You seem agitated. Like I started to get a little bit like, I don't care if he's going to run my shit. I'm getting pissed. Like I was pissed.
Yeah.
So I started taking my gloves off. I'm like, I said his name. I said, you seem agitated. What's going on, dude? Like, what are you upset about? I said, did we do something to offend you? Like, why you can't come in here? It's a place of business. And he hit me with the, all right, B.Cass, I got respect for you. I understand. He's like, I apologize. He's like, we can talk about it later. And he left. Calmed him down, dodged a bullet, came back in on a different time, was a little weird, but was fine. Then randomly was just pissed off, came in one time, demanding that I tattoo him. Because he had something he had to do. And it was urgent. And I was like, I'm in the middle of a tattoo. That ain't how this works, man. I can't do that. So he's like, I'm gonna light this black mob. I'm like, no, you can't. You can't do that inside. I don't even own the building. Like, you can't do that. He's like, I'm lighting it. So he fucking takes out a book of matches. He takes out a book of matches, lights this thing up. So the match stinks. The black and mild stinks. He's puffing in the. I stood up, took my gloves off. I said, "You got to take that outside." Like I got mad. I'm like, "You're disrespecting the place that I work in."
Right.
Like I didn't say anything violent, threatening, or nothing like that. I just was trying to hit him like in some language he would understand. Like you're being disrespectful. This is not acceptable. Like take it outside. He eventually listened. And he said he was going to go get a new black and mild because that one was a short and he would be back. And I'm like, I'm done with this. I'm like, we can't have that. So as soon as the door closes, I spin the lock.
Yeah.
I didn't call the cops, nothing like that. Spin the lock. So he comes back and he can't get in. Now he's agitated, bro. He starts mule kicking the door from outside, fucking yelling, screaming. Right? So he's yelling and screaming outside the door, right? He's pissed. He's demanding the tattoo. He's got something important he's got to do. And I'm like, all right, I'm not going to call the cops on him, but I tattoo a ton of cops in that municipality. I have their personal phone numbers. Let me call one and see what the right thing to do is. So I call one of them who at the time was like a plainclothes guy who would just like wander Rio Grande. He's like, I call him and he's like, dude, I'm walking up past the shop right now. I was like, really? He's like, yeah. He's like, I'll take care of it. I said, okay. So I didn't say nothing. Well, next thing you know, 3 fucking squad cars pull up. They got him outside.
Was the boy you called working?
No. Like, yeah, he was working and walking because he walks that like route.
Yeah.
And, like it was like a, I don't know, to do with the drugs or the vagrants, like the homeless folks, whatever. So the cops, there's 3 squad cars out front and fucking, they're asking me what I want to do. So they knock and I let them in. They get my side of the story. I'm just like, well, look, he's just, cause they saw him kick in the door and yelling. So they're like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Then they asked me why the door's locked and what's going on with the guy. So I tell him, I'm like, well, you know, he wants a tattoo right now, but I'm doing one. I know the guy. Like, it's nothing like that. He's not calming down. He's in the parking lot, tripping. Like, he's not. So I'm like, they're like, well, you know, if you tell us that you don't want him here, then he legally can't be here. We can trespass him. I was like, well, I don't own the building. Let me call. So I call Mike. He's like, I tell him everything that happened. He's like, oh, yeah. He's like, tell him, yeah. It's like, okay. So they tell him that he cannot be on the property. And if he does come on the property and we call, he's getting arrested. I shit you not. That's the last time I seen the dude. Every time I'd see him after that, he'd walk up to the edge of the property, cross the street, walk past the property, and cross back over.
Bro, why do I feel like either I seen it or you seen it? One day he was walking down the street carrying that shit on his back.
The recliner.
Yeah.
Yeah. At that point, I feel bad and it's sad. Like, I don't, because I realized the wires ain't connected anymore. The dude I knew, I was friends with.
Right.
And then after I was friends with him,
it is a shame.
Yeah,
it is a shame.
Yeah.
For sure. It's just,
there's some funny, humorous shit in there, but it's a scary thing too.
When you're living in it, like how we had to do it, especially not knowing at first.
Yeah.
You're just like, wow.
And here's the other thing.
I was honestly amazed.
Dude, me too.
The first time.
And we're clean at this time, but we live that drug life. So I never batted an eye at someone's crazy behavior. I'm just like, oh, they're just crazy. Like,
this wasn't like, I'm super tough. I do it. Like, it was like something was working.
He had influence.
Yeah.
He had influence, subtle influence over everybody.
Yeah. That was
it was crazy, bro. I swear. But if you maybe he did play with some dark entities and they'll gobble you up after a while. Like,
yeah.
He had some power and then they took theirs.
It's like some people, how they say in the music industry, sell their soul. You're going to be famous and this and that.
You got to pay your receipt.
You got to pay the piper when it's time, and you're going to be fucking washed up and drained of all your you know, all your
facility
essence. Like it's.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying the guy made a deal with the devil or not. But
nah, because he's got nothing to show
really
for it.
fucking. Well, yeah, because he had to pay. He had to pay big.
He had to pay the piper.
Jeez.
That's so crazy.
Oh my gosh.
What a wild story. I didn't think that was not on the list, by the way.
They're the best ones.
But yeah, I mean, that's the list. Well, that's all of it. Really. I don't know how to go out on.
I want to let them know that we're going to be doing this more regularly now.
Oh, yeah.
Weekly. We're going to try to get back to weekly.
We're locking in.
We'll be filming on certain days and trying to drop. What did we do? Sundays before?
I think Sundays was our drop schedule. I probably can still make that work because Sunday nights, I'm usually, I should be good.
Okay. So
if not Sunday, then Monday morning or something. But
okay.
Yeah. We'll get back on it. We'll be on Apple Podcasts app. We'll be on Spotify.
YouTube.
You'll be on YouTube. So, but on YouTube, we're For Sound Podcast. And then same thing on all the other platforms.
We have Instagram.
Yeah.
You see like shorts and
so no, our Instagram right now is locked up.
Oh, fuck me.
So for now, you can go to Killing Sword Tattoo on Instagram. And you can see more than just our podcast stuff, which we will be putting on there. We'll put some clips from the podcast on there. Why not? Also, you'll see our shop activities, which we have the guy Alec you met earlier doing all kinds of content behind the scenes. Also like shop shenanigans, bullshit.
Yeah.
So we're going to have all that plus our tattoos. And you get to see the rest of the crew.
Yep.
So, I think that's good. It's a good way to wet our whistle, so to speak. Get back into the flow of things.
Yeah.
And I feel good about this episode.
Awesome. Yeah, me too. It was nice. Banged off some rust. By the end there, the second half of that was flowing. That was all about
just getting
the
rust
mystery
on.
man at the, you know.
Which was great that we went into that. Because that's one of those like mythical stories that comes up when we're talking sometimes, but we need to feed that to the people. We live like 12 lives with the two of us. We got to share some of our journey.
Yeah.
You know. So don't forget, repurpose, reuse, pisser.
Hashtag pisser. Know what you love.
That's it.
Getting dicks, right?
Know what you
Getting
love.
dicks, right? Every dick on the block is mine. Every dick on the block is mine. Block. Every dick. Block. Every dick. Block. The block 6, right? Block. The block 6, right?
Cut for sound?